On WLWT tonight, a Hamilton County corrections officer will now spend more than a year on the other side of the bars after bringing contraband into jail. That's right, 46-year-old Richard Sampson found guilty of giving a cell phone to an inmate in the Hamilton County Jail, as well as bringing a drug, xylazine, into the jail last year. A judge found him guilty and sentenced him to 18 months in jail today.
Durham Police Chief Patrice Andrews is facing backlash after sharing her opinion about Charlie Kirk on social media.
Tonight, the mayor is responding as people in the community call for her to be removed from her position. CBS 17's Ben Boken joins us live after digging into how city leaders plan to handle this situation. Ben.
Andrews shared her views of Kirk in a Facebook post on her personal account over the weekend, and since then that post has been throughout the afternoon. I've been getting calls from community members, some saying they think the chief should resign, and others say she has a right to voice her opinion.
Durham Police Chief Patrice Andrews is under fire after a social media post about the murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated on a Utah college campus in front of thousands of students last week. On her personal Facebook account, Andrews said in part, "I won't stop being outraged at the way this man is being honored by people that I thought I knew. This man, who disguised himself as a Christian, shamed black women like me, believed that gun violence was necessary to preserve the Second Amendment, and created a culture of divisiveness through hate speech."
We cannot be selective on who gets to exercise the First Amendment. I have been in the hot seat myself several times, speaking in my own capacity. I will say that we as public servants, we are aware of the impact of our verbiage, whether it's in our personal capacity or not.
Durham Mayor Leonardo Williams saying he doesn't believe the chief did anything wrong, but the post came at a divisive time. Andrews went on to say, "So at the time of his death, I chose to give him the empathy that he didn't believe in, and certainly didn't believe that people like me deserved. But to know many of you still support him despite his horrible rhetoric, I cannot."
I spoke to her personally, and her intent was not to create outrage. It was her expressing her personal views within her own personal network. However, she's a chief of police, and it affects the residents of Durham if they're interpreting it as such.
Many taking to CBS 17's Facebook to express their concerns both in support and against Andrews' comments. One person says she should be removed. In her position, she should stay neutral and keep all personal feeling comments to herself. Another person says don't see anything wrong by what she expressed. An online petition demands the chief turn in her resignation.
Now, the city of Durham tells us it is aware of the Facebook post made by Chief Andrews, and they're currently reviewing to see if any city policies have been violated. But right now, there's no timetable for when that investigation might be complete. But coming up here tonight at City Hall at 7 o'clock, the mayor tells me he plans to address the social media post during the council meeting. We're live here in Durham. Ben Boken, CBS 17 News.
Good morning, and welcome to the Bad Apple Report. It's 7:30 a.m. bright and early right here at home on the range. Thank you so much for being here today, folks. I really appreciate it. Okay, we're going to start it out talking about this serial bad apple, you guys. That's right, he's been arrested twice in 30 days, and he's a rookie. He could have had a whole long career of being a super bad apple, but nope. He had to just kill it off in a year. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Baton Rouge Police Department. Wait a second. Police officer has been placed on administrative leave after he's been arrested twice over the past 30 days. Administrative leave? Shouldn't he be in the unemployment line? Officer Joshua Gordon just completed the 92nd Basic Training Academy. Wow. Took him quite a few tries, didn't it? Well, anyways, he just completed it last year. Took him a while, but then the Baton Rouge Police Department hired him on April 8th, 2024, the records showed. The I-Team uncovered that Gordon is facing multiple charges for resisting arrest, simple battery, disturbing the peace, and drunkenness by the East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office on August 15th, 2025. You mean to tell me in 92 tries of going through the academy that... Okay, never mind. I'm just being silly, guys. Okay, arrest reports indicate deputies were called to a disturbance on North Oak Hills Parkway and Masterson Drive. Neighbors recalled seeing a large scene with multiple deputies. His second arrest was a few weeks later and involved his own agency. Baton Rouge police said while Gordon was on leave for his first arrest, they arrested him on DWI. Serial bad apple. This is a rookie we're talking about here, you guys. Okay, the Internal Affairs Division is now investigating both incidents that occurred while the officer was off duty. Yeah. And that police headquarters crash, I guess the Internal Affairs, they could just wander right out there and look at the scene and then wander right back to their desk. They don't even have to use their car. Okay. Quote, there's a certain standard when you become a law enforcement officer. LeJean McKinney wants to give us a bunch of crap. She's the spokesperson for BRPD. We think you're all a bunch of bad apples. LeJean. Thank you so much for being here, folks. Let's move on with the show.
Breaking developments closer to home now. It's in the trial of two officers accused of killing a suspect they were trying to arrest.
Judge in the case just recused herself. 19 News reporter Kathleen Huntley has our story.
Officers Bo Shonegi and Camden Birch appeared in court this morning, both charged with reckless homicide for the death of Frank Tyson last year. The 53-year-old Tyson was fleeing a traffic crash when he ran into a nearby AmVets club. The members there called the police. The body cam video shows Tyson's final moments as one of the officers has a knee on his back. Tyson's family said he told officers he couldn't breathe a total of 7 times. The coroner ruled the death a homicide with contributing causes including cocaine and alcohol. In court today, Judge Kristen Farmer decided she couldn't hear the case.
I recognize the importance of these cases to the defendants, to the victims, and its significance to the community. And I appreciate that every detail of them will be scrutinized, potentially for many years to come. I would not want any personal relationship that I have to taint the impact of this case.
Last November, Judge Farmer disclosed in court documents that she is married to an Alliance police officer. However, neither the prosecution or defense objected to that. In fact, Farmer says all 4 of the other judges in Stark County have also indicated they would recuse themselves. That means the Ohio Supreme Court will need to appoint a visiting judge.
If convicted, these officers face up to 3 years in prison, a $10,000 fine, and the loss of their jobs. Assuming they can find a new judge in time, the trial is set to begin on January 26th.
Well, what do we have here? Another serial bad apple. This ex-Wichita Falls officer gets 5 years in prison, though. It's amazing. Former Wichita Falls police officer Benjamin Bates, that's his name, he was involved in 2 separate standoffs with law enforcement in 2023. Why do they get so many chances? On April 30th in Iowa Park, where he tied up the Wichita County Sheriff's Office for hours, and another on May 18th, a shorter standoff in Wichita Falls that involved the SWAT team. In both cases, authorities said that Bates was threatening. In both instances, Bates was charged with violating a protective order and making dozens of attempts to contact a woman and children who were under the protective order. Okay, and up here I saw a little thing that said, self-inflicted lacerations to the neck and front of the wife and 4 children that were under a protective order. Wow, what a goofball. And it says here, in October 2023, he ultimately pleaded guilty to multiple violations of protective order within 12 months and the presiding judge, Jeff McKnight, sentenced him to 5 years of probation, saying there would be zero tolerance for any violations. Now, fast forward to just a minute ago, Bates was arrested on multiple counts of child endangerment after Iowa Park Police said they discovered Bates unresponsive with a laceration in his neck. Later learning the wound was self-inflicted and that he did so in front of the woman and 4 children who were protected by the court order. Shortly thereafter, prosecutors filed a motion to revoke the former officer's probation. All of that led to today when Bates is back in court entering a plea of true to the allegations and the prosecution's motion and pleading guilty to the charge of repeatedly violation of the court's orders. And Judge McKnight sentenced the former officer to 5 years in prison on both charges, setting them to run concurrently. Again, sternly admonishing Bates, warning him that it would be a bad day if he returned before the court for another similar offense. He added that whatever was preventing Bates from following court orders needed to be figured out fast. Yeah. How about this? Send him to prison. Okay, folks, thanks for being here. On with the show.
New at noon, the Harnett County Sheriff's Office has released a statement on the investigation into reports of a school resource officer accused of watching pornography at a school while on duty. The school district says the incident happened at West Harnett High. In a statement, the Sheriff's Office says disciplinary action has been taken and the deputy is no longer assigned to any school. They also said the deputy did not break any laws and was not arrested. He is now assigned to other duties within the Sheriff's Office.
What the fuck? Yo.
Oh, you want to go too?
That's all we have today, guys. Just a bite-sized Bad Apple Report. Feels good. The cops are behaving themselves a little bit. Thanks for being here, folks. I'll see you tomorrow morning.